of like I was trying to put a spotlight on engineers.
For sure, bro. I feel like you guys don't get enough credit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the 90s, you slowly got the credit, you know, the buildup of like, okay, the producer's making this and that.
Right.
And now it's at that point like artist and producer. But then lots of people forget the engineer, bro.
Yeah,
you guys
for sure.
make a lot of magic, bro. Because a lot of people, bro, like I've heard like their music before, and like say they get with a good engineer and shit like that, is completely different.
Right, yeah. It's a big difference, bro. Like I do recording plus the mixing. So like if you come record with me and I get to set everything up, like it's coming out real good.
Yeah.
If you bring me like something someone else recorded and I gotta mix it, like if they're trained to record, like bet.
It's different.
If they're not, then it's typically fixing a lot of problems to get it close to the final product. So like it's here nor there, but like a great recording equals a great mix, and a great mix equals like a great master. Great mastering equals a hit song.
It's a whole process.
Like, for sure.
Damn. What's up, guys? It's your boy Alex, and welcome to the Rodeo. Back it again. I have a first-time guest, the one, the only Killshot in the building.
What's up,
man? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you, man?
Pretty good. Chilling. So, you know, this is, I think you're the first engineer on the show, bro. This is major because, like, lots of people, they see, and I think you know how it goes. Like, the artist, that's the spotlight, right?
Right.
You know, as engineers and producers and everybody else, we kind of just like, okay, the artist, that's the spotlight, of course. But, you know, you're making moves out here. You're making some big moves out here. So,
appreciate it.
You know, first time here, we're going to talk about, you know, up and coming and, you know, what you worked on, what you got moving forward and all that good stuff. So Killshot, where you from, bro?
I was born in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
Yep.
Damn.
I moved to Texas probably like when I was 10, maybe.
Yeah.
Been here the rest of my time.
Damn. Yep. So Detroit, how was it living in Detroit? You know, that was kind of like, you know, you were just a kid, you know, type shit.
Yeah. I don't super remember a ton, but it's just like different.
Yeah.
Both of them are big cities, like Dallas, Detroit. Yeah. They kind of are the same, but I feel like Texas has a very strong economy. So it's like the opportunity out here is a lot higher than other places sometimes.
Detroit got killed with the recession shit, right?
Yeah.
That's whenever like everything was just fucking going down. You know, you saw, I think, you know, you'll see those articles about like $1 houses and stuff like that, trying to get the city back and going and stuff like that. But would you say that was the main reason you guys moved out of Detroit?
Oh yeah, for sure. So
why Texas? Out of all the U.S. states?
Man, I don't know. It wasn't really my choice, but
your parents, they're like, fuck it.
I'm glad it happened.
Yeah. Okay. So how were you as a kid? You know, were you always super into music like that, or you know, how were you as a kid?
Yeah. I've always been like a musician. I play the drums, play a little guitar and piano. But I grew up like in music. My dad was a drummer. I was in band in like middle school and high school.
Oh shit.
Like I been around for a minute with it. My main thing was like I never took it serious. Like I don't know if I didn't know how to like apply it properly or if it just wasn't my thing, but come to like maybe 18 years old, something like that. That's when I got introduced to like recording other people. Oh, it like started because my homie was like freestyling and recording videos on his iPad.
Yeah.
So one day I was like, hey bro, I think I could like record you in my computer.
Oh man.
Had like a little fucking USB microphone and like pillows stacked around it type shit. Like recorded him a little song. From there. Put it on SoundCloud. It got like 4,000 views or something. Like way more than we ever thought. This is like probably 2015 or something. So at the time that was like a shitload of views. So from that's really what opened up like other people coming to like meet up with me to try to record.
Damn, that's freaking crazy though, because like I feel like we don't get to this point of, you know, working with artists and recording them or producers and stuff like that. Everybody kind of always wants to be the artist and stuff like that.
Right.
But for you, it sounds like you were so young already, like, bro, I like this, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I could work with this type shit. So how was your process to become an engineer now? Did you know already about being an engineer or?
Nah.
What was the process?
So, this is how it started. I was trying to be a producer. So like I thought a producer like recorded people.
Yeah.
Like I guess in certain situations they do, but I really fell in the engineer like rabbit hole. Crazy story. Like I used to work as a bartender, and while I'm working at this job, like this like couple who normally comes in asked me something like, "Do you go to school? Like, have you thought about going to school?" And at this time, like I'm probably like 5 years after high school. Like fuck that, I'm never going to college type shit. Like my roads had just shifted to that direction. So that night I go home, and on Facebook I have an ad, and it's like, "Do you want to learn to be an audio engineer?"
Oh man.
And it's like, click here. So boom, click that shit. And it was for the Media Tech Institute, like right up the block type shit, from where I was staying at the time. So I filled out the form. Next day the school calls me, pull up to the school. I'm like in love. Everything I see, I'm like, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
So get enrolled in school. And that's really what shifted me to like full engineer mode, because I only learned Pro Tools in school. I only learned like how to record in school, microphone techniques, terminology. Like there was no like beat production, no. And when I initially signed up, I thought I was going to go learn how to make beats.
Producer, right?
Right. Yeah. So like
or beat maker, you could say.
Right. Yeah. So all that to be said, like it transpired into me really shifting my focus into like engineering. And I started like working under some other big engineers. Shout out my mentor. His name's Chris Godby. Yeah. Super goat. He did the Justin Timberlake 2020 experience.
Damn.
Like he does
big names.
Yeah. Like he just did Chloe Bailey's new single, Treat Me. And all that to be said, like working under him is really what got me turned all the way up, because I seen what it was like to be an industry level engineer, the techniques they're using. And I also built like a lot of relationships, like shout out to my homies Baines and TZO. Yeah. Like that's Thugs and Chris Brown's engineer. And like I met him through this app Clubhouse. So like I met a ton of engineers there, but I developed like a pretty strong relationship with them. And that led to how they got on Knowledge That Kills, and how like all these other things transpired. Now that I'm like way in the engineer rabbit hole, that's where I'm starting to like expand my interests some more again. Like I do a lot of songwriting, production, artist development, like
the
more
whole
than
thing.
Right.
Then so the community for engineers, it is a good supporting community from the
for sure.
Like what you're saying, because sometimes in the other aspects of whether it be different types of music or anything like that, like people are kind of territorial and they don't want to give the game. So you had, like you said, a mentor, and that's major, because a lot of people, once you go, you graduate, you become what you want to be, but now it's like this is the real world type shit.
Right.
So like having a mentor, that's something I feel like a lot of people don't take account for, because that's years of wisdom that they've kind of are sharing with you and giving you. So
right.
That's fucking major.
Yeah.
So you work with him. How does the business of being an engineer, how does that work? Do you just like try to link up with the artist? Do you work at a studio? Like, how do you go about that?
So like it's a combination. Okay. At first, and still to some degree today, like just building relationships with people goes a long way. Like most of the time it's like a what can you do for me kind of situation. Like I already got an engineer. Yeah. I already got a producer. Mixing and beats don't really interest an artist. Yeah. You feel me? But when you're talking to them about like a heightened level of it, hey bro, have you ever had a song mixed in Dolby Atmos? They're like, what's that? Like, oh, you've never seen the little spatial audio thing on Apple? Go show it to them. Now all of a sudden they're like put onto something new, and that's one example. But beyond that, it's really like refining their process too, like being quick at recording and knowing how to like drop the beat and shit. Cool. But really knowing like the understanding behind frequencies and why you should do certain things, loudness, and how that's going to translate to a streaming platform. Like all of these little things play a big factor in how the final product turns out. When you can like teach somebody about it, that's where they're a lot more willing to like hear your input or take your suggestion on something.
Dude, and that's true. At the end of the day, that's business. It's like you said, what do you bring to the table that's different?
Right.
I could pick anybody out here, what's unique from you and stuff like that. So it sounds like how old are you?
I'm 25. I'll be 26 in July.
Damn, bro. That's major because, like, it seems like you kind of understand the game before you really are, like, peaking out here. You get what I'm saying? In the sense of, like, I feel like our 20s, because I'm in my 20s too. I'm 26. You know, lots of people are like, yeah, I went through this whole grind, this and that. And then finally I learned about this. But it seems like you're over here just like you said, going to the school, getting those connections, working and bringing something to the table that lots of artists, you know, probably aren't getting from everybody else. So like, it seems like you're over here just picking up gems like crazy.
Trying to.
So right now you're in Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you say you want to stay in Dallas? You know, everybody is making music, whether it be New York or LA or Atlanta. Atlanta's the hub out here for hip hop and music overall. So like, why stay in Dallas?
For a long-term goal. And my long-term goal is really like developing or like continuing to develop and strengthening the musical infrastructure around here. Because Dallas got the most underground artists, minus Houston maybe, but Texas, let's say Texas, got the most underground artists of probably any state. Our population alone is huge. Like Dallas and Houston is 9 million people almost, you know? So it's like with all of the people around, I see the potential for it to be the next LA. And like for a long time, we've had a lot of producers and engineers, songwriters coming out of Dallas, going to Atlanta, going to LA and making these hit records. And like nobody knows they're from Dallas. I've met so many people like that, dude. Like they're like, oh yeah, this person is, like you said, writer, producer, whatever. And like Grammy Award winning producer, Grammy Award winning engineer or songwriter. And you're just like, wait, what the hell? They're from Dallas? Holy fuck. And they be around too.
Yeah.
Like Dallas is like, I feel like most celebrities on any given night, statistically speaking, the DFW Metroplex has 70 A-list celebrities. And
yeah, because it's a big, like you said, it's a big market.
Yeah, we got
big market.
We got Grapevine, Frisco, Plano. We got Arlington. We got, you know, Oak Cliff. We got all sides of the city that you could go to. Garland, like anytime there's shit popping. Yeah. Like
different vibes too. Like you mentioned all the cities, you know, if you want some hip hop stuff, if you want some high class stuff, it got so many different types of like, you know, vibes that you, like you said, you know, and for us to be like kind of like not really in the mix as we should be, that's major. You're over here like you said, it's a long-term goal. You're not for the quick money, just like I'm trying to be here and just cash out and dip out as soon as I get bigger. But damn, dude,
the market is like less saturated here, at least right now too. You feel me? I mean, I think respectfully, the title producer or engineer gets thrown around too lightly.
Yeah.
Because like if you know how to record, that doesn't necessarily make you an engineer. But at the same time, it's like for the amount of people out here, it's like there's way more work than one person could possibly do. Yeah. Like in LA, there's 100 engineers who could all turn out about the same quality product. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right here, like there's a handful. Literally, I could count it on one or two hands. And even just like new techniques. Like I think a big thing for me that really turned me up was like everybody says don't watch YouTube and like don't do this, blah, blah, blah. Like it's like don't watch the wrong shit on YouTube. Because I'm with all the new little techniques. Like I know exactly how they're dropping the beats, and I watch all kinds of big producers cook up on their YouTube pages. And from that, I'm learning like, oh, these are the latest techniques, because this is an industry that's ever evolving.
Yeah.
You feel me? There's a new plugin that comes out every day. There's a new sound kit that gets dropped by a producer like every day.
Yeah.
So if you're not like familiar, even just listening to music, if I said, hey, you heard that new Kodak Black song? You were like, nah. How are you going to make me the beat for it? You feel me?
You got to stay up to date with everything. Because,
exactly.
Like you said, it's adapting, it's changing. It's, you know, and just music in general, it changes every 3 to 5 years. And
for real,
some of the songs that you thought was popping then, now it's like completely different.
Way different.
So that's major though. Because here in Dallas, I feel like you said, there's producers and engineers that could give you that quality. And like you said, the market is not saturated.
Right.
So with you, do you feel like not that you're scared of the competition, but do you feel like you're at the top whenever it comes to engineering, or you know, one of the best out here?
Humbly, yeah. Like, you know, I'm a valedictorian graduate from school, plus just like all the people I know that I've gotten to talk to in like extreme detail. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to talk the talk, but it's another thing to like walk the walk too. Yeah. Like, I feel very confident walking in a studio, not ever being in that room and being able to walk around, look, and run that shit. Like, I have very complex understanding of signal flow and gain staging. And then on top of that, like EQ and frequency, because realistically, like, everybody's so worried about plugins. Like, my main plugin I use is an EQ. And it's because I know how to treat the frequencies a certain way with it. It's like even multiple EQs or whatever that might be. But, you know, compression is a good thing. But too much compression, it's like dull. It makes your music sound stagnant and boring. Yeah. Like, historically, music has always had dynamics, has allowed for you to be like essentially imperfect. Humans don't keep an exact time. And when all your beats in FL Studios are gridlocked, it starts sounding like robotic. You feel me?
So you got to play with it so that,
right.
Like you said, the compression, the dynamics, just EQ in general, being able to master that instead of making it just a flat.
Understanding it, really, you know, because everything is a different application. My voice, your 808, my 808, two totally different. Or they could be exactly the same. So it's like, just because it's not mine doesn't mean it doesn't sound like mine. So if I treated it any differently than I would normally do it, now it's going to sound like shit in the car. Or, you know what I mean? Like, my real definition of like a mix engineer's job, I mean, kind of mastering too, but we'll say mixing and mastering is like translation. It's going to sound good on your iPhone. It's going to sound good in your car. It's going to sound good off your laptop speakers. It's going to sound good playing on your TV. If you're listening on an expensive system, like, everything sounds different. If we made a song right here in this room today, we're the only ones going to hear it in this room. So if we make it sound really good here and it sounds like shit everywhere else, like, why does it even matter?
Damn, and I've seen that happen with, you know, sometimes somebody records in their car, their closet or whatever, but it doesn't, like you said, translate over to the same quality that you got in that area.
Right.
So do you feel like that's one of the major things that, like you said, is it kind of just being lazy as an engineer to not try to like translate and or is it you're just doing that because you want to get to the the next level?
It's like comprehension of it, I think. You know, it's not necessarily always exactly like, the more advanced I get, the less I have to do in the mixing side, because I'm set up so well to record that it's like, okay, now we just got to put the little secret sauce on top. You feel me? So it's taken a very long time to develop that workflow though, and that's not to say that like you're gonna come record a song and it's mixed, because it's for sure not. But like it definitely could pass for it. You know, my ear for music is way different than the consumer's ear for music. What I hear, little ticks, pops, mouth clicks, they don't even know that shit's in there.
That's so funny.
I'd point it out to them and they'd be like, what are you talking about? So it's really like attention to detail mixed with feeling.
Wow.
Because when you create the feeling, that's all that matters. But without the details, it's like, I've even played like the little games. You can go download it. I think it's called How to Listen. It's by Harmon. And it literally takes you through an equalizer and singles out frequencies, like teaches you how to listen to frequencies from 20 hertz all the way up to 20,000 hertz, which is the full range of human hearing. Like, it's like when the rapper comes in, he's like, yeah, my voice just sounds like boxy. If you don't know what a boxy frequency is, like, how do you know what to do? You're just sweeping around looking for it. And like, at that point, everything sounds like it needs to come out. And vice versa, you know, like if he's like, yeah, I want you to make it more airy, you don't know what a airy frequency sounds like, and you're boosting all the low end in it, it's going to make it muddy and boomy and all these different things. That it's like the attention to detail type thing, you know?
Damn.
Is it 3K or is it 4K? Because one is like harshness and one is like syllabants.
These things, did you have to learn them like as you just were engineering, or was this something from like the school that you went to, or like A mixture of both, or
little mixture of both. I would say school taught me fundamentals and terminology. Also how to use Pro Tools. And then like outside of school, I went and got Pro Tools certified. Like, and outside of school, I went and I found like my mentors and stuff. And there's like different techniques, you know. I'm sure, as you know, with anything, the longer you do it, the more you start to like refine your process.
Yeah.
Like
facts.
Every day I'm still even refining my process that much more. Like I'm sponsored by a couple plugin companies. Like they'll send me a new plugin in beta.
You're playing with that now.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's changing the whole game because there's never been a plugin that can do what it does. So it's like now you got to take into account everything. Like, and one thing affects everything in your song. You feel me? If the trumpet is too loud,
fucks up everything.
Exactly. Vice versa, if your 808 feels low and weak, like fucks up everything. So it's like you really got to have like balance and like a reference as to what something good sounds like. That's a big thing.
That it sounds like you've always been kind of like attention to detail type of person.
Yeah.
In the sense that like for me, I'm kind of like that as well whenever it comes to like, you know, like the pod and everything like that. But I've always been like that with anything that I try and stuff like that. It's like the small little things that, you know, people might see like, I ain't trying to worry about that shit. But like in the bigger picture, bro, like it makes a big difference from all the little things, you know?
Right.
But do you feel like with the engineering, do you have to have that attention to detail, or you could just, you know, skate by with the whatever?
I don't think you have to, because there's definitely people skating by without it.
Yeah.
But I think with it, like it's a if you know, you know situation. You feel me? To the average artist, they have no idea when their voice is flat.
Yeah.
But to a trained ear, like the producer or the A&R or somebody at the label, they're going to be like, why does the vocal sound like that? So it's like, you're going to tell them the artist said he liked it. And they're going to be like, we don't give a fuck. Like, it sounds out of tune. Like, how are we going to get this? Exactly. So just when I have the attention to detail, it's like, I try not to let little shit slide, you know? The vocal needs to be nudged 2 frames to the right because they were a little early when they came in. It's like, that could be the whole song. Dang. You feel me?
Fuck, bro. Do you ever feel the pressure of like fucking up something like that? Because lots of people, they're just probably like, man, this guy just talking about out his ass, this and that. But like, bro, you've worked with some major people that are popping out here, people that like have major things going on. But like, do you ever feel that pressure of like, damn, I can't fuck this shit up?
Definitely. Yeah. More than a few times I have.
Those nerves of like, damn, okay, make sure everything, double check everything.
It's really because like shit just happens, you know?
Yeah.
Like Pro Tools will do some weird shit and they're just looking, right. They're looking at you like, why are you going so slow?
that shit,
and it's hard for you to explain like, oh, well, you see Pro Tools has this thing that when it's already like, we're not trying to hear that shit, bro. Yeah. They're like, fix it so we can record. Because when inspiration comes and goes, when the artist is like, let me get in the booth, like they're trying to rap now. Yeah. If you're like, hold up, bro, let me just open Pro Tools and let me import the beat, like they already done lost what they were going to say.
Yeah.
So that's another big thing, is just like being able to like be fluid. There's any given point, I'm recording the artist and their whole entourage is like, say, bro, you got paper towels? Say, bro, you got any backwoods? Say, bro, where's the bathroom? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, hold up 1 second, let me show you, while I'm still recording type shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's very much balance. Or then vice versa, you know, the artist is like, turn that shit all the way up, bro. Yeah. So it's blaring fucking loud and they're trying to tell you what to do to it. And you're sitting over there and they're sitting back here. And they're like, hey, bro, can you just turn it, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what did you say? Yeah, so it's like being 3 steps ahead at all times. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
so do you get starstruck with the people that you've worked with? Or do you even still get starstruck now that like it's been more common?
If I like their music, maybe a little bit, but I just try to be like,
it's a regular person.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, it's just they're another artist. But I mean, I have respect for them. Everybody's different, you know. Like, honestly, outside of the music, like I have a lot more like respect for an artist who has like the work ethic. Even if their music's great and they come in the studio and freestyle behind the mic for 5 hours and I want to blow my brains out because I've been recording the same line for like 3 of the hours.
Yeah.
Like that's not really going to make me, you know what I mean? And I never did the music shit for money. Like, as a matter of fact, until I went to school, I didn't even realize I could make money off of it.
Damn, so you were just doing it for the love and the passion.
I just loved it, bro. Like,
shit, I feel you. I feel you on that, man.
When I found out, like, oh shit, like this is what I could potentially do. That's what really started like turning me up and making me realize, like, oh shit, like I got something here. Like, I'm doing things that like other people aren't doing. Even when I was in school, like we had a SSL console, like in the studio. People were charging 3 hours for $100 or something. I was charging them $100 an hour as a student. Like, yeah, I'm just learning, bro, but you ain't gonna find a studio with this bitch in it.
Yeah.
Boom. I had
motherfuckers were paying it too.
Big people coming to the school. Like the school ain't had nobody in there in a minute. You know what I mean? So it was like things like that that really influenced me to continue like going out and like striving for my best. And like I can't even tell you, bro, how many things have just happened like by God's plan.
I was about to ask that. That's actually one of the questions. Like, how do you make these connections? Of course, you were telling me you do work with the studio, big major studio,
right?
But how do you personally get into that place of like them trusting you with like, okay, you know, you're the one we want there in that studio with the person.
I'm gonna give y'all the secret sauce.
Hey man, take notes. Take notes.
Instagram.
Ooh, the IG.
Literally, it's as simple as sending somebody a DM, bro.
Yeah.
Like the first time I linked up with Key Glock, he posted on his story, who got a studio in Dallas.
First one, real thing.
What's up, bro?
Yep.
5 or 6 hours later, DM me back. You still available? I'm like, yes, sir.
Damn.
You feel me? Yeah. So it's like, and as a matter of fact, crazy story, like that night, I booked a studio for him, like a very good studio, but they didn't allow smoking. Like when he pulled up, I thought that the owner would have told him like, yeah, no smoking. Like they know who the fuck he is. He's a big rapper. And he was like, damn, we can't smoke. We dipping. Like 5 minutes there, he was gone just as quick, bro. Fuck. And I was like, damn. This is at like 2 a.m., bro.
Yeah, late studio session.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, guess I'm not going to work with Glock. Like he came in that bitch like, hey, I seen you a producer too, so I only want to rap on your beats. So I was like, shit. So fortunately, I called my homie Ray, and he fucking hooked me up with a studio that night. So I got him in this other studio, and it all ended up working out.
Damn, but that's just people see the end product, but this is the story of that.
Yeah, like dead like I'm calling everybody, bro. It's 2 a.m. Like, hey, bro, Key Glock is with me right now. Yeah, like, if you don't get me in a studio, like we are missing out. Like, and my name's Killshot because I don't miss, bro.
Hey,
you feel me? Like,
there we go.
I'm 24 hours a day working, bro. Like, I do this shit. So if someone hits me up, like, hey, bro, I got an opportunity, like, bet, let's run it. You feel me? But at the same time, like, it also comes with, like, a lot of, like, self-discipline might be a good word.
Yeah.
Because I just work whenever I want to work, bro. Like, I don't clock in.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You're always on go. But like you said, self-discipline is what you really
right.
need to.
Like, so, I mean, shit, we could go to the club tonight, pop some bottles. But if someone calls me like, hey, bro, you trying to run a session and I'm drunk as fuck, like, how am I going to run your session?
Type shit, yeah.
So it's like, it's finding good balance too, you feel me? Because there's just some people that like, yeah, it would be cool to work with you, but this is how much money I need to come out there.
Yeah.
You want to book 2 hours, bro? Like, that ain't going to feed me. Cost me half the session in gas to fucking drive to Dallas and drive back home. So it's like, with that balance though, has helped me to not only strengthen my business, but also build like, almost like the playbook for other engineers. Cause I'm like, listen, bro, this is how much we need to be charging. Like, we can't be charging them $50 an hour and we're giving them a product that they're dropping to the streaming platforms.
And that just affects the market overall, right?
Right. Cause when our market price is down here, and LA's market price is up here, but every LA artist is coming to Dallas and selling out shows and making $250,000, $500,000 coming to Dallas. How are we making $50 an hour? And we're making the music that's getting them rich as fuck.
Yeah, and like you said, you know, the quality's there
right
here in these in Dallas, just like how LA engineers and stuff like that. So,
right. And we don't have a ton of studios here either. Like, shout out to KFI. That's my home right now. My bro Nico.
Did you always have that hustle, or like was it over time you built that up? Because like me as a business owner, the first year, bro, like you said, it was kind of like, oh shit, I could really make money off this, and then like it was more for the love, and then slowly I was like, nah, bro, like I gotta get that shit rolling, and get that hustle, get that drive, that fire. Like you said, don't clock in, clock out. It's like on go all the time, and you're always working type shit. But did you always have that, or did it develop over time?
I think it developed over time for sure. I think I probably got like my real hustle when I was like 19 or something. Like after high school, my parents got divorced when I was probably like 17-ish. That's really what like got me going, because I used to like have my parents around all the time, and then that switched very quickly to me being like basically on my own.
Oh shit.
So that's what really got me like, oh shit, fuck it. Like, I'm not finna ask permission from nobody. I'm not finna fucking wait around on nobody. Like, if I don't go figure out how to get paid, I'm not eating today. So it's like, boom, boom, boom. You start running plays real quick, and you start learning like, it's cool to trade my time for money, but that's not going to get me rich.
Facts. That's
going to keep me having to work time and time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, but for the things I'm doing, like I executive produce like 10 artists right now. Like, I got artists all across the United States I work with. I do a lot of remote work. People email me stuff or whatever, and they just want my opinion on it. So it's like, if I am not like on my P's and Q's, it's very hard for me to like really cash in on all of the things that I'm trying to do.
And time is precious, bro. Time is precious at the end of the day. Like, you get 24 hours of the day, and you don't know whenever it's time to go, So like, time is precious. And like you said, you got to value that time, because like you said, so many artists you're working with, so many people that you're working with. And then at the end of the day, are you doing what you love type shit?
Facts.
So man, that's major. That's good that you recognize that, because like I see a lot of people sometimes get screwed over, like you said, get stuck in that I gotta work to eat, but then they're pricing themselves real low. So like, it's just making you cycle.
It's a cycle, exactly. Like in a perfect world, I'm trying to build like a self-sufficient ecosystem type shit. The water falls off the mountain, gets all the grass and the flowers nice, and then it just keeps repeating. And when it comes to like trading your time on like the small scale, it's like, all right, bro, listen, I'll charge you $50 an hour, but I'll do 3 hours for $100, because they think that's going to make somebody come fuck with them. And then they think if they grow this person to like this level from this level, that person's now going to have a higher budget, so they're going to spend more money with you. That's almost never the case. It's almost always you take a loss up front, you help somebody get to where they're going, and then they go fuck with all these other people and pay their full price because they trust in, for an example, Murda Beats over whoever from Dallas, because they see his resume, they've heard his tag on songs, all these things. But he ain't gonna cut you no deal for $50 on a beat lease. No. You feel me? And that's what puts him here, and that's what puts other people here. And when you're learning, it's cool to give those deals out. But once you've established like, this is my bottom ground, that's where it only goes up. Because once this is your bottom ground and then you cut people deals, now this is your bottom ground. And now people are trying to get deals on where you were already cutting them a deal. So it's like, it's a race to the bottom.
Man, I could relate to that. I've had that happen to me in the sense of like, sometimes, there's certain people that I give a deal to, and then this other person hits me up like, oh, well, you gave that person a deal. And it's like, fuck. Now it's just like, it makes you look bad. And like you said, once you get your price at a certain level, bro, like, you either got to go up or like, that's the ground. You can't go down. And like, bro, if you don't like it, bro, at the end of the day, you could shop somewhere else then, homie. Like,
facts.
That's how it goes. So where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Probably being like the biggest music mogul of Dallas.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Damn. And it seems like you're doing everything you can to get you to that situation.
I've been working on it, bro. I really think that all Dallas is missing is like the spotlight. You feel me? Like, everything's here. think about it this way. Like, they have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in Atlanta. Like, I don't think they have Real Housewives of Dallas.
Nah, hell no.
So it's like, they got Keeping Up with the Kardashians. They have all these reality TV shows. They have all the celebrities, all these things going on. Dallas does too. Nobody even knows how many celebrities live here. But, like, there's no real spotlight on it. And I think that's why even a lot of celebrities do choose to live here, because they can, like, kind of move around
enjoy
on the
life
low.
And shit.
Right. Like, they ain't worried about people running out. Hey, can we take a picture? Hey, can we get all every 5 seconds? Like, that's a cool luxury. And I hope that Dallas keeps that around for a long time. But realistically, when that spotlight is shined in the right places, like, people are going to see, damn, this has been going on in Dallas how long? Like, and it's just, they don't know. Even like some of the artists who I work with, like, they have 1 million followers. They have $1 million in their bank account. Like, nobody knows them outside of Texas.
Fuck.
You feel me? Because our population's so big. Like, you could be the most successful artist in the South, basically, just off of Texas's audience.
Texas, yeah. That's so true, because, like, it kind of reminds me of how, of course, you know, Chicago has been popping for the longest. Chicago, Kanye, Common, all of them. But then you had, like, Chief Keef put that spotlight on, like, the up-and-coming drill Chicago music. And you saw how you had, Lil Durk, G Herbo, King Von, all these people from that spotlight being on Chicago with Chief Keef. I always tell people, it seems like Dallas, we're kind of in that stage of, like, how Atlanta also was whenever it was, like, Jeezy and Gucci and stuff like that. There was a lot of beefs, a lot of back and forth, but, like, slowly it got to that point of, like, it's about the music now. It's not about the bullshit. What's your take on the Dallas-Fort Worth music scene? You know, what can we do better? What do you like? What do you don't like? You know, what's your take on that?
I'm going to give you the perfect example. And artists, I'm talking to you. Can you name me one rapper or musician from Texas right now that you know their album release date for this year?
For this year.
You've already thought about it too long.
Yep.
And that's my point.
Yep.
Nobody got the rollout.
Yep.
You feel me? Like, I've gotten to closely see the rollout of major projects from major labels because I've worked on the engineering, which is like the last phase mixing before it gets released.
Yeah.
So I see everything they're posting on social media. I see how they're driving their traffic in certain ways so that at the end, their song goes platinum first week. Like, it's almost like this is the same kind of hustle they used to do back in the day, right? So, like, you would drop a CD, takes 500,000 sales to make it go gold, right?
Yeah.
So they would print 500,000 CDs and buy it at cost. Let's say $5 a CD. Then they'd go sell those CDs for $20 a piece. So they're already gold instantly because they bought 500,000 copies. And then they quadruple their money and sell an additional 500,000 copies by reselling the same things they already bought. So it's like the same thing. If you know how to really utilize these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, different things like that, you can already have so much, like, attention to your product, like the music, before it even gets really, like, publicly popping.
That's so true, because I studied how we saw Gunna and we saw even right now Future, the rollout.
Right.
Like the build up, like you said, you know, Future started being more active on Twitter, just wilding out, saying little things here and there. And then out of nowhere, you saw an album on the way soon, TBA.
Right.
And then you saw the picture of the album. Then you saw the list. And, you know, same thing with Gunna and this whole pushing P before he kind of rolled out his, you know, the build up. And that's so true. Like you said, you know, having that rollout, shit, bro, you could go freaking platinum and gold and all these things before you even, you know, the streams are just gonna shoot out the window because you have that hype behind you and like, that build up.
I just want to use it as an example, but NBA YoungBoy does not have an Instagram.
Yeah.
His unreleased album is still top 10 on Apple Music.
Yep.
You feel me? It's because he's got the audience that's going to key into whatever he's doing. And he's developed that over a very long time. You feel me? Years. Like, Outside Today was probably the first song I heard from him. It's 5 years old.
Damn.
You feel me? So it's like, now everybody wants to be NBA YoungBoy, but they ain't really gone through these steps. If me or you drop a song today, post it on our Instagram. How many views do you think it's going to get?
Shit, boy, probably nothing.
30? 300?
Yeah.
1,000 if we're super lucky. That's what these artists are doing. And unfortunately, like, step number one to really gaining traction with your music is like get some clout. But clout's only going to take you so far.
Yeah, you got to have a foundation.
Right. It's a combination. It's like clout plus consistency.
Yeah.
Because if you can do the things to get people's attention, you got to consistently keep them going. And like clout chasing does not keep them consistently going because it's always, I got to one up what I did. Like music is a forever thing.
Yeah.
We still listen to music from the 70s and 80s. And if we don't listen to it, we're listening to it sampled in a Drake song right now.
Yeah.
So it's like when people can start to understand like, this is a product.
Yeah.
This is my advertisement to go run and do all these things time and time again. It's not about dropping the most songs. It's about dropping the right songs, in my opinion.
That's so true. That's a good point that you bring up because every day I get people that send me this song. Check it out. Check it out.
Right.
And like you said, I'll check it out and you'll get my attention in that moment. But are you able to capture that attention for me to be like, okay, let me check this person out? Because like you said, it could be the clout stuff. And then somebody does an antic on IG. Okay, let me check what they got going on. I go check it out. Barely any music,
right.
Or the work is not really been put in.
You check them out and you never go back to their IG again.
Exactly.
That's just, and I think that's like a big thing too. It's easy to go viral or trend on the internet. It's hard to continue doing shit. Like, you know what I mean?
So like I've mentioned before, you've worked with some major people. You got I think you worked with Erica, but No Cap. So how with you, who would you say is one of the artists that has like stood out in the sense of like working with them? You talked about like work ethic and just like drive in the studio.
I think I mean a lot of them for different reasons though.
Yeah.
Like one of my most notable for sure is No Cap.
No Cap, yeah.
Just because like he comes in, he'll record 5 songs in one night. Bro. Yeah, like I mean shout out to my homie Nico, like that's my bro. Yeah. For real. Like he produced a couple of songs on No Cap's new album that I engineered. And like he's the one who called me like, hey bro, like you trying to come in and do the engineering on this. So that's really how I like developed that relationship. But beyond that, like working with No Cap in the studio, like this man's recording 3 or 5 songs in one night.
Damn.
Like he's going behind, he listened to the beats. And this is how I know he likes the beat. Because as soon as the drums come on, he starts doing this.
Oh.
You feel me? Like as soon as he starts moving his head, I'm like, all right, bet. Boom. He's like, load this one up. Boom. Goes in the booth. And he freestyles everything. Like, and when I say he's punching it like bar for bar, it'll be like, listens to it. All right, bro, run it back. Boom. Hits it. Listens to it. Run it back. Boom. Hits it. Like,
wow.
He's like literally flying through it. It'll take him 10, 15, 30 minutes to record a whole song.
That's wild because like his shit, bro, it sounds like it's written.
Right. And like, the wordplay's crazy.
Wordplay metaphors, everything. It sounds like he took time to just fucking write this shit.
Yeah.
Because there's some people, they're like, oh yeah, I freestyle all my things. I'm like, yeah, you could tell you freestyle that shit, bro. Like,
yeah.
His wordplay, his metaphors is the way he freaking just flows on the track completely.
Right.
So you're telling me he's just
all freestyle. I've never seen him write one word down.
Damn. That's a fucking talent, bro.
Yeah. Like, and a lot of the high up artists are like that good. Like Key Glock is another great example. And it kind of relates to both of them. But like when they go in the booth, like they're not coming out till the beat's done. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-minute beat. Like they're not leaving the booth till the beat's finished with their lyrics. Like it's 5 a.m, literally falling asleep.
Yeah.
They're like, run it back, bro. They going. Like I can see they're tired. They're not stopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like, I have a lot of respect for that just because that's not to say overwork yourself, but like you really got to be dedicated to like see your way through things because
you got to have that drive to be great.
Exactly.
And I feel like we both, just from talking with you, I kind of see that in you as well. That drive, like you said, sometimes you're just tired and man, fuck this shit. But like, do you have that extra gear to like push through in?
Right.
And you see the final product and you're like, damn, bro, I did that shit. Who would you like to work with that you haven't worked? Because you work with so many people. Who would you like to work with?
I'm a manifested.
Oh shit.
T Grizzly.
T Grizzly?
Yeah, I rock with T Grizzly for sure.
Damn.
Like,
have you tried to reach out to like somebody in his team or anybody like that?
Not directly. Like, I do know an engineer who mixed some of his album, and I know like a couple of the producers that he's worked with. But it's like one of those things. Like, I'm just a firm believer. Like, you can't really force shit. You feel me? Like, even with the IG DM, it's like, I'm not finna text. I'm like, hey, bro, you trying to come to my studio? I got the best studio. Like, we got this and this. And like,
having a whole conversation by yourself and shit.
It's like when you don't force it, it always like happens. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. And if it's not meant to be, like, that doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. It just means it didn't happen today. You feel me? Because I can't tell you how many times I've DM'd somebody and 9 months later they've answered me like, yo, what's good, bro? I just seen this.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? Like, so
shit, man, that's so true. Cause like, I don't know if you remember this, cause I was at the Tay Money concert and I was like, damn, that's Killshot right there. I came up to you, I was like, what's up, bro? And I was like, bro, we gotta link up. Like, I gotta get you on the pod sometime. And that was months ago. But like you said, you can't really force shit, and then it slowly just starts falling into place that you're just like, damn, bro, that's some wild shit, man. God's real, bro. God working for real, bro.
For real, I call it God's plan, bro.
Yeah, like, man. That's
it's not wild. Necessarily drawn out one particular way, but you can definitely like,
and it's not on command. Like, oh, you know, I said this, so it has to happen. It's
right.
Like, there's a road.
You control it by like what you do every day. You feel me? The road keeps getting paved the more you put like the asphalt down.
Yeah.
Like, if you just decide, damn, this road ain't really getting paved, like, it's not going to get paved no more. So it's really like planting seeds. And even when you don't see them growing, you continue to water them because you know one day they might grow.
Yeah.
If anything, like the day they do grow, those motherfuckers some strong seeds because it's like,
you finna have a whole tree out there, boy.
Facts.
No, but another question I had with the business side of it. So as an engineer, do you guys get paid also with is it just like a set price, or is also royalties and stuff like that?
Typically a set price.
Yeah,
it's like work for hire or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been brought up more than a few times. I've been advocating for it for like engineers to get at least 1 point on it.
Like, and it would make sense. Because
some kind of percentage, because this is really what it comes down to. Like, we also contributed. You feel me? Like, I shouldn't have to take a little bit of money and that's as much as I got.
Yeah.
They can't even put my name in the credits because I got paid X amount of money up front.
Yeah.
And then you got to pay taxes out of your money. And then you got to, it's like some of these engineers have made piss poor money. Honestly, they deserve way more. And I'm definitely trying to make a change with that. And I'm a big advocate. Like, fuck that shit. Like, if you're an engineer, get your bread, because like a $1 million studio is just a room without the engineer.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Motherfucker doesn't know how to work it, bro. You go have the best equipment out here, bro. But if you don't know how to work that shit. And so you're telling me that it is kind of in the conversation with engineers talking about like, hey man, we got to get our cut too.
Yeah. And I know a few engineers who have gotten some percentages, you know, on some very high levels that contributed beyond just like mixing. Maybe they did some arrangement or they did something.
Yeah.
But I think in the next few years, we're definitely going to see the shift. Like, and I've also been, you know, advocating for proper song credits on everything, Apple Music, Spotify, because if Tidal can provide everything, why can't the other platforms? The answer is they should be able to. And if anything, they're like hurting the music economy a little bit by not providing it, because when you go watch a movie or a TV show, you see everybody who, you see the dude who went and got coffee for the dude assisting the guy holding the camera.
Yep.
You feel me?
Everybody gets the credit.
So
I was about to say that too. Like, I feel like within a couple of years, you know, it could be, you know, maybe 3 to 5, the conversation will shift now, because I've seen the magic that some of the engineers out here make with some artists, you know, the sense of like, you know, because I also do live performances for my segments, and bro, it's fucking day and night sometimes with some of these artists, and it's like, bro, the engineer did a lot with this song for sure.
Yeah.
It brought it to life and shit like that. And for you guys to just have a set price compared to like everybody else who is getting a cut,
right?
You know, it's bound to happen at the end of the day,
right?
You know, and that's good that you guys in the engineer community are like, man, shit, we trying to get our point too, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. So
that's dope to hear. So once it's all said and done, what is the legacy you want to leave behind whenever they say Killshot?
The one and only. You feel me? Like, that's like the whole thing with Killshot. Like, I feel like when there's like an opportunity and it makes sense, like, you got to take the shot. And if you don't, opportunity doesn't always knock twice.
That's facts.
And if you take the wrong shot, like, it's essentially the same thing. You missed. You feel me? So what I really would want to leave behind is just like letting other people know that they can do it just like me, or if they take my blueprint, probably to an even higher scale than I was able to do it. Because a lot of people are capable, bro. Yeah. Like, when I say this shit did not come easy, like, blood, sweat, tears, everything behind this shit. You feel me? And it really took like strong belief in myself. Like, I quit working a real job over a year ago now. Yeah. Like, I didn't quit because I had a ton of money in my bank or because I like had a ton of gigs lined up. Yeah. I quit because I was like, if I'm going to put this much time towards something that I fucking hated, like, I hated my job. Why am I not going to go try to get it for myself doing something that I love? You feel me? Yeah. And even when times have gotten tough, I don't know when the next client's going to come. The money might not come out how it was supposed to. I still have a lot of faith in myself that I'm going to figure out how to make it happen. You feel me? Yeah. And that's really what it takes. Like, because as soon as you doubt yourself, everything else starts getting like shade casted on it. Now everything's doubted. Like, damn, am I going to be able to do good at the session? Like, yeah,
all these factors that weren't even there before. Now
exactly. So once I know, like, I'm good for it, I'm going to continue being good for it. Like, and that comes with also practicing. Like, if I just stop fucking with Pro Tools for a month, like, there's no way I'm going to be as quick as I was.
You got to keep working on the craft every freaking day. That's so true, bro. Yeah. Because I've done podcasts, bro. And then I take a break, you know, freaking month and a half. I come back, bro. I'm rusty as fuck. Like, my awareness of asking the next question is just off because, like you said, you know, you got to keep at it. Because, you know, it's not like, oh, I learned how to do it. Now I'm chilling. Nah, bro. Like, it doesn't get easier. Right. It's always
more and more
going.
Yeah. Damn. The more money you make, the more time you got to spend accounting for it. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Or hiring somebody to account for it for you, which then costs more money. So it's like,
it's all plays into it.
Right.
Damn, that's dope though. I don't think I asked you, how did you get the name? Who gave you the name? Did you go with it? How did you decide on Killshot?
It was like a lot of factors. Honestly, the most simple way, like, I looked it up on the internet and nobody had it. So I was like, bet. But I also did used to play like competitive Call of Duty.
Oh, you were good at that?
Yeah, like I used to play like Major League Gaming events, like, you know, pretty cold. I'm like top 2% Warzone. No flex. But
so you're 2% on Warzone, killing these motherfuckers left and right. Yeah, you still be gaming a lot, or?
I wouldn't say a lot. Like, it's definitely something I had to like just put down. You feel me? When it came to going to school, even like going to school was something that taught me a lot of self-discipline too, because I was working a full-time job on top of going to school. So like 50 hours a week I'm working. Every morning I'm going to school from like 9 a.m. to like 2 in the afternoon, leaving, going to my job at 3 p.m., working till like 11 at night. So
it's only so much time in a day.
Right. And it was either like I can come home from work and play these video games that are going to give me like instant gratification, or I can come home and do this psychology homework that I really don't want to fucking do, but I graduated valedictorian. Damn. Because every day I was just doing my work because I was like, fuck these video games. I can always play video games. Yeah. I can't just go back and press the reset button on the other shit. And that's kind of like with the music, like, opportunity comes and goes. Like, when they come in, hey bro, I seen you a producer too. You got beats? I don't got no beats. I just missed out on money, a potential placement, a potential future placement, because all it takes is one, bro. Once you get that.
Life-changing.
Exactly. So it's like, do I want to spend all day playing video games, or do I want to spend all day bettering my craft? And when I get like some free time, I'll play some video games.
That's true. That makes sense, because I feel like sometimes people do fall into that trap of not just video games, anything that, like you said, gives you quick, fast gratification. Sometimes it could be drugs, sometimes it's sex, sometimes it's other things, other factors that, like you said, the bigger picture, the long-term plan is.
We don't chase any ladies over here, bro. Like
you're focused.
I'm focused, bro. Like
tunnel vision. Damn.
That's not to say I won't occasionally like do like what I want.
Yeah.
But realistically, what I want and where I'm trying to get are two very different things. I want to go turn up and have fun and but there's time to do that way in the future too. Like, what am I celebrating today? You feel me? Like, I don't feel like I've really gotten to my fullest level yet. Like, and it's cool to celebrate, but like, that's another thing I see too. Like, an artist or whoever drops a single. They're in the club popping bottles, spending 5 bands, doing all this shit that I'm like, bro, you ain't even made 5 bands from your song yet. We could have used that 5 bands to market your music and really gotten like some traction going. And then the clubs would have been paying you and giving you free bottles to come pop.
10, 20 for even a walkthrough and stuff.
Real talk. Like, but it's one of those things like seeing is believing. Like, I can tell the artist all day, but it's not so easy as me just saying like, hey, let's do this. And then it happens. It's like, we got to do it. We got to demo run it. We got to see how the audience turns out. If it doesn't work right, now we got to make some adjustments. That's also very much like mixing. Like, I think that's why I got so good at all the different things that I do is like the attention to detail. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like a science experiment, literally. Like,
damn, that's so true, bro. Like, most of these things that you've been mentioning, I see myself too, like how I've kind of switched into that. But like, of course, for me, it's the pod and the editing and stuff like that. Like, before I used to be a fucking party animal, bro. Like, I'm talking about like every time it was like fucking $2 Tuesday, Wild Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Monday was the only day, bro. Like, I didn't go out. So now, if I'm at the club, I'm like, damn, bro, I could have edited this fucking video. Like, I could have done this.
Yeah.
Because like you said, your mind is, the goal is there, and it's just like, bro, I'm just trying to get to that point.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does affect certain like personal life aspects and stuff like that. But like, balance is key. Like you said, self-discipline is key. But whenever you have a goal in mind, bro, sometimes you gotta go 100%. Like you said, you quit your job. This is what you're doing, and it's like, man, you gotta stay fully focused, because if not, it's so easy to fall off too.
It is literally one day.
But it sounds like you said, the qualities that you have it's what you need to make it out here, because sometimes having the steady paycheck, it is a safe zone. It's like, okay, it's all good,
bro. Nothing I do is comfortable. You feel me? Like, straight up,
stand in that fire.
That's how you get places. Like, at least like beyond where you're at. You feel me? Because if we just chilled all day, like I could get complacent doing the same thing. For about 3 days. Then I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm so fucking tired of doing this. Like, other people get complacent and they're just happy with that. Like, $100,000 a year is not a lot of money to me.
No.
In the grand scheme of things, it is a large sum of money. But like, I'm trying to get to a way higher level than that. And with that comes like way higher responsibilities. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about for sure. Also, you do give a lot of free game with your show, Knowledge That Kills. Okay, and then the vlogs is kicking it, or
So
you
exactly.
We're talking about this off camera. It seems like now you're getting also in the creative sense of like not just being an engineer in the studio, like you said. Sometimes we don't even know who's the mastermind behind all this, but now you're Knowledge with Killshot, kicking it with Killshot. You're being more open with the creative scene. So talk to me about the show, talk to me about the vlogs, the channel, all that you want to do.
So I have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/KillshotENG.
Yeah.
And it just started with like Knowledge That Kills. My first interview was this dude Martin Fredholm. He's from Stockholm, Sweden. He has like the largest rare vintage gear collection in the world. Like, I'm not kidding you. He has gear from the 70s that there was 16 of them made, and he owns 4 of them in mint condition.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like, this dude got crazy gear. So it just started with really that app Clubhouse I was telling you about, talking with all these people. And at the time, you couldn't record on Clubhouse. So we had all these crazy conversations about engineering that, like, there was nowhere you could go get this kind of info at. And it's like top industry professionals giving it out. So I was like, how am I going to get this like documented? That's kind of what led me to do like Knowledge That Kills. And from there, you know, we had brought on like Bob Horn, who's like a huge mix engineer out of LA, Grammy Award winning, platinum. And we had like Ken Lewis and my mentor Chris, and we had Tizio and Baines and DJ Swivel and
people that are like doing major things out here.
Yeah, I'm talking the biggest in the industry right now, really.
And teaching you and giving you game.
Right. Wow. And I've really created it to like shine that spotlight on engineers, because where me included, are out here doing things that like nobody even knows about.
Facts.
You feel me? And I wanted to like create like the avenue for people to like kind of get like their spotlight. You feel me?
Yeah.
And also to learn. It's really called Knowledge That Kills, because what you're going to find on there isn't another resource for it. You feel me? Like, we even open up some Pro Tool sessions. Like in Bane's interview, we open up Ski by Young Thug. Like Tizio opened up Smooth Criminal by Polo G, which is like the Michael Jackson remake. Like, we've had some big records opened up on that. And through it, like, I've even learned, you feel me? Like, so I know for other people moving forward, like, there hasn't ever been a ton of resources for audio engineering. You feel me?
That's
like,
dope. And it's also good to get like recognition for what you be doing. You know, of course, you know, there's some people like we were talking about clout, but like recognition of your work, bro, that's major. And like you said, for engineers, I feel like you guys do get a little bit more like in the backseat of certain things. So you know, also for me, like, that's why I wanted to bring you, because sometimes people, they get caught up with just the artist side of it. And it's like, of course, you know, the artist is major and we all pretty much feed off of that. But like, there's a lot of moves out here that you could make with the music scene, not just being an artist. You know, you could be a producer, beat maker, engineer, with the media, all these things. Like, so that's dope that you're doing that, man. That's pretty dope. What is the goal overall? Like, what do you want to have, like a talk show, or what do you want to just stick with the premise that you have, or what's the goal with that?
Probably like open up some form of like a school. You feel me? Like, I really just, I wanted to open up resources for engineers, period. If you didn't know about recording or mixing or anything, or if you already have started and you just need like real quality information, you could go somewhere that like you can learn from the best. Like, you feel me? And I think the main difference between my show and like maybe other audio engineer platforms is like, ours is all freestyle, kind of like this. You feel me? Like, it's very genuine. You're not really getting to learn about the audio engineers and their lifestyles and all these different things on other platforms. They're highlighting maybe like a specific project that they've worked on. So for me, like, we're learning about these people and what makes them great. Like, that's really what has like fueled me to like keep going more and more with it, because I think that we could really grow a platform that doesn't really exist right now. And if anything, like, there's only going to be more audio engineers in the future.
I was about to say that, like, it seems like you guys are growing like crazy with
rapidly,
you know, with the music scene overall. And like you said, now people are kind of noticing the impact that you guys have on the music. And you notice pretty much there was a space in the market. You know, there wasn't a platform like this, so shit. If nobody else is doing it, fuck it. Why not me? Type shit. So that's dope. That's dope that you're doing that, man.
Appreciate it.
Also, now you're also vlogging and stuff like that. So, you know, talk to me about the channel. You have a YouTube channel. You're vlogging as well.
YouTube.com/KillshotENG. It basically was made to just put my Twitch streams up on, because after 2 weeks on Twitch, they disappear.
For real?
Yeah, I catalog like my Twitch, my Knowledge That Kills on there. And then I already had like my little Clubhouse thing, kicking it with Killshot, but I wanted to like take it to the next level. I happened to go backstage at the No Cap concert last week, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make a vlog, like let people see like not only what I have going on out here, but like what we as a city have going on. Like a big thing of my vlog is like it's not really about me. It's like a first person perspective, like you were there, so you get like the fullest experience of like getting to, you feel me? It's like you're kicking it with me
right there.
You feel me? Like,
damn, that's so true, because I saw that with the camera, like you know, it wasn't like, all right guys, so I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's more like you said, you know, it's like if you were in that backstage, if you were with the artist, if they were talking to you about it and stuff like that. I like that concept. I really like that concept, honestly. That's dope.
I'm trying to highlight what everybody got going.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like anybody who's popping has a team behind them. Even though it might get focused on the artist, like they have a team. Managers, lawyers, producers, engineers, A&Rs. Like I'm sure they have mentors or OGs of some kind. Like,
and many more.
Way more. You feel me? Like their grandma's word is going to go further than my word is going to go on anything outside of the studio, because they don't know me. You feel me?
Shit,
So with that being said, it's like building those relationships over time, plus making sure that like you're on point. You feel me? Like I'm not going to advise somebody to do something that I haven't personally had an experience with.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't work out how I told them, like, what the fuck?
Like, what the fuck, bro?
Exactly. So it's like, I think a lot of people get caught up in that too. Like they see something and they think that just because they saw how it worked means they know how to do it now.
Yeah.
And it's like way more complex than that.
Yeah. I feel like I see that a lot I see that a lot in YouTube. Like people, they start a channel, they just be bullshitting out here. Like you said, they kind of know the surface level of it. And it's like you said, you do learn some things on YouTube, but you got to make sure you know how to weed out certain things, because there's a lot of BS also on there.
Like I've been working on YouTube content, as a matter of fact, like kind of tutorials for Pro Tools, FL Studios type stuff. Like one of my main things is like 4-minute videos. You feel me? Like 3-minute, like I want to watch the video, learn exactly what we're doing, and move on to the next thing.
Man, I love those type of videos.
I know.
Because sometimes, bro, it'd be like 3-4 minutes of like, all right, guys, so, you know, make sure you do subscribe and get to the fucking point. I'm trying to do something. It'll be something so small that you got to do. And it's just like, bro, just
nobody wants to watch that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool and you got to put it in there somewhere. But it's like people want to learn. It's a resource. You feel me? It's like when you go to the dictionary because you don't know a word.
Yeah.
Like, once you find the word and read it, like you're done.
Yeah.
And that's what we're missing from like the, at least producer engineer side of YouTube, is like most people's content is made to be monetized. They're trying to sell a product. They're trying to sell a drum kit. They're trying to sell their tutorial class. They're leading you somewhere with it.
Yeah.
And the longer that you're watching, the more they're getting paid by YouTube. Like, fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about that. Like I'm making stuff that's going to help people get to where they're really trying to go. And then from there, that's where you can monetize it. Because once you're a master of the craft, you're untouchable. Like anything that presents itself, you got a solution for it.
Damn, I love those type of videos. It's funny because like I watch those type of videos way more than somebody fucking 3-hour long or something. I'm just like, fuck no. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we do have short, spans of attention spans and stuff like that. So that's dope that you're doing that, bro. Like some of these things, you don't even have to do it. But like it seems like you just want to keep moving the culture forward. Also the engineer community, and like we talked about from pay to resources to just knowledge that you could get overall. So that's dope, man. Big salute to that.
Appreciate it, bro.
So before I do let you go, where can the people find you? Of course you linked some of the shows, the Twitch, all that. But like once again, for the people, where can they find you?
Yeah. So Killshot ENG on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah. You can find my YouTube and my Twitch channel /Killshot ENG. And yeah, you can find me on Clubhouse too.
Hey, shout out Clubhouse. Shout out Whack. That boy be wilding on Clubhouse.
It's kind of falling off a little bit, but like it could get popping again.
Yeah.
If we just had like the right formula put together, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
but that's dope that you're using all the resources that you do have. Twitch, social media, YouTube, anything like that.
Bro,
so that's dope.
you would have been on Clubhouse a year ago and joined the audio engineering rooms that we were hosting. Like
gems.
Straight gem. Bro, I'm telling we done made a couple $100,000aires or millionaires out of those rooms.
Damn.
Just because we gave people the sauce to do it.
Yeah.
Like even big artists potentially like stop fucking with certain people because they felt like they could do it because they're like, oh, I just never understood this concept behind something.
Yeah.
It's like once you have the surface level understanding, now you can get the expert level understanding.
And people are scared of what they don't know.
Exactly.
So that's true.
And what you can read in a book and how I can tell you to do it is two totally different things.
That's facts.
So when you have like somebody, like I do consultations too, like mixed consultations or music critiques, different things. Like I've got to see at the highest level how these producers, songwriters, artists are working.
Yeah.
So that has helped me to better my skill craft. That like, that's why most people know me as an engineer because I'm very focused on it.
Yeah.
But like,
you know, a lot of the
one of these days, it's just going to be producer Killshot with all these other things probably underneath as an umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just so passionate about like mixing and shit. Like I'll probably still very much focus on that. But my real end goal with all of this is to be like the first major A&R in Dallas that's like working with a label. Like I'm trying to get a label to come open up an office here and I am their person in Dallas.
Damn, bro. I think you're on the right path, man. No cap. Like I'm not just saying that because you're here right in front of me, but from the grind to the hustle to like taking your craft serious, like all that, it seems like you're in the right path, making the right moves, making the right connections for you to get to that, like you said, the end goal of bringing this spotlight to Dallas. So, man,
Appreciate
best of luck, bro. Best of luck.
Hey, thank you.
For sure. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, get notified whenever we drop new content. And we out. Killshot in the building.
Peace.